Good morning. It's Monday the 19th of July and it is hot. So if this weather continues this week, there's going to be a limited amount of vlog because it gets too hot to do what I need to do. But fortunately at the moment the port side, which is my left side of Freedom, is in the shade. And I've got the, if you saw the last video, you'll see I've got a manky piece of metalwork on the left hand side that's been scratched at some point by the previous owner and never put right. That's got quite a bit of rust around it, so I need to cut that back. And I'm going to attempt to use my palm sander to get rid of the paint on the bow, which I referred to in the last vlog. It looks like it should be on a narrow boat, and because I'm going to be painting black, the surtles and cream area that I'm looking at has got quite a few what I call raised edges. So if you can imagine, they've put a cream base down first and then they've painted a border line in red around it, so that is like a step in the paint. So I need to use the palm sander just to take the surface back, so that when I come to paint black, because it's a satin finish black, what I don't want is to put the paint on, then stand back and be able to see the outlines of the original artwork underneath. And there is about, I think there's about 3 really scabby bits, which I'm going to sand right back to bare metal. I'm going to Genolite rust proof them, as I am the bit on the side, and then I'm going to wash all the side down by hand using a scouring pad to scrape the surface off the side green section, so it's ready for the new black paint to key onto. And depending on how quick the sun gets to that side, I may have a go at putting a little bit of the black paint on just to see. It's one of them jobs I may have to do later in the evening because, as I say, if it's too warm, you just can't be doing it. It's not going to be a successful thing. So let me just go and show you again a quick reminder of the 2 bits we're going to be looking at today initially, and we'll see how the day pans out. Now, I've shown you this before, but if you haven't been watching the vlogs, then obviously it'll be new to you. This is a bit of scratch damage that Jeff must have done when he was moving the boat, and it's not obviously going to get any better. The weather's got to it, so I'm going to put a rope on the other side and pull Freedom away from this jetty just about 8 inches, and then keep the bow rope and the stern rope taut, so she's not going to keep floating backwards and forwards. And then I'm going to use my scraper to get all the loose off, and I'll use my palm sander to take that area right back to bare metal before I rust proof it. Now let's go and have a look at that bit on the front. Now this is the area that I really don't like, and if you look above the surtles, you'll see I've had a go at rubbing some of this red strip away by hand, and you can see the 3 really bad scabby areas, which again I've scraped a little bit with a normal scraper. So this all needs tackling with a palm sander. As I need to do some work now, obviously on the port side, I've used my spare centre line and I've tied it to the starboard finger jetty and put some tension on this rope, and that's basically pulled Freedom tight on her port side ropes, giving me about an 8-9 inch gap between the port finger jetty and the port side of the boat. So now I've got plenty of room to get on with all the preparation before I start painting. Now I just need to prepare the Cider Freedom. I'm going to wash the gunnels down, and I'm using an eco-friendly shampoo, and in the bucket I've got a rubbing block and a sheet of Scotch pad, and this will, once I've rubbed it from front to back, you'll see it'll go from being shiny to dull, and basically it's just giving a slight scratch to the surface, and that will give the Epiphan paint that I'm using something to key to. Now today, because I'm not going to do the starboard side because it's far too hot, this green ledge here, which is a step into the stern, just from this floor line there up and to the black line, I'm going to paint that cream. So again, it incorporates the three colours, the green, the cream and the black. And I've got to put another coat of paint. I'll just show you. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but I actually painted this a third coat, then I did the cream underneath with a roller, and it's actually spit little bits of cream all over. So I'm just going to, you can see it I think on the camera, I'm just going to give it a thin coat because I'm not doing any more cream. And then the rubbing strip at the bottom, which again is all speckled at the moment, this bit here, this is going to be Epiphan, the same as the port side rubbing strip. And I've got a little bit to do on the front, and that'll be me done today. I can tidy up my tools. So I'm going to get cracking. Now that's the upper strip painted again, just with a thin coat to get rid of all them speckles. And the lower rubbing strip, that's now had a coat of Epiphan paint, same as I've used on the starboard gunnels. I'd just like to say a big thank you to Callum and Louise. On hearing that I couldn't get the Epiphan paint for the next 3 weeks, they kindly borrowed me their tin, and it was them that recommended this paint to me. So thank you guys, absolutely impressed with the finish, and thank you for sorting me out a can so I could get on with it straight away. Cider of the week. Wow, what a week. Well, the last 3 days it has been absolutely boiling hot. The whole of the videoing that's gone in this week's vlog, 99% was done on Monday. I actually painted the boat. To be fair, it was a bit hot to be painting on the metal, but the paint was very forgiving, and I actually put a second coat on at about 7 o'clock at night. And then yesterday morning, Tuesday, I put a second coat on the actual gunnel top where the non-slip area is, and onto the leading edge of the gunnel itself. And I finished off the step this morning. A couple of little bits had missed. Really don't advise doing it in the heat, because the one thing I didn't remember and I should have thought about was A, I didn't have any sun cream. Thank you, Callum, for sorting that. And B, the amount of heat that was coming off the side of the boat and hitting me as I'm crouched down painting the side of the gunnel was immense. And my original plan was to do the port side on Monday, the starboard side on Tuesday, but I've decided I'm doing the starboard side next Monday. They've given out it's going to be a bit cooler, and I'm not in a race. And somebody actually said to me the other day, you know, you seem to be doing a lot on Freedom, you know, is it in such a bad way? And I'm saying it's not because the boat is, you know, not been looked after, because the original owners have. But to me, you see, Freedom is a little bit more than just my home. It's more than a boat. It's a physical statement of this chapter of my life, and I just want it to be perfect, or as perfect as I can get it. So I think this week I've earned a cider. Now I've got to apologise because I'm cheating. A, I'm inside the boat because it's cooler, and B, I'm going to review a Copperberg mixed berries. The reason I'm cheating is I bought a box of 10 of these because it is one of my favourite ciders, and I haven't had a chance to even get off the marina in the last 3 days to go and buy a random bottle. So this Copperberg, let me just see how much is in the can. 330ml, and it's 4%, and I bought it at the co-op in Wellington, a box of 10, I think it was £11. If I buy them in Sutton Ashfield where I live, where I work, I used to live, it's £10 for a box of 10, so you're going to pay £1.10 max. So, not that I don't already know, but like I say every week, let's crack it open and find out what it tastes like. Oh, just before I do, the description. Copperberg do actually put a description. They say apple cider, which I'm glad it is, infused with raspberries and black currants. It delivers a truly unique fruity taste, rich in colour, refreshing down to the last drop. Well, I hope it is, because if it isn't, I've got another 9 to try. I'm sorry Misty's a bit flirty, but she just got back from swimming. Right. Now this is icy cold. And I'm not leaving any in the can because, by God, I do need this. I was desperately dehydrated on Monday, even though I'd had 2 litres of fresh orange juice during the day. I had gone really bad head by the end of the day. So, Copperberg, mixed fruit, raspberries, blackcurrant, and apple cider. I know exactly how this tastes. And pardon my French, it's bloody lovely. I don't think it'll be the only can I drink tonight, and I make no apologies for that. This is a lovely, lovely cider. I'm sure there's going to be better. I'm scoring this a 9 because I just think it's up there with the good ones. I don't think I'd have this again with a meal as such. I think this is what I call a social cider, one you'd have when it's a night like tonight and it's flipping warm and you want something that's refreshing and cools you down. I don't think you'd have it with a roast beef dinner. I think that's when you want to have a more traditional apple cider or a pear cider. Which reminds me, I haven't done a pear cider review yet, so if you've got any suggestions or you want to send me a can, I'll review it. But I'm not promoting Copperberg. It's just that's all I've got in the fridge at the moment. And yeah, I think this is a cracking summer cider. And if you haven't already tried it, you really, really must. If you like your fruit ciders, chances are you've already had this. But if you haven't, do get it. It's gorgeous. Thank you for watching this week's vlog. I'm sorry it's maybe not up to scratch, but it's been that hot. Just working in it was bad. Trying to remember to video everything and get it into some sort of an order was almost impossible. But we've got there, and I'm dead chuffed with the port side. And again, I've already said it before, but I do thank Callum and Louise because they'd recommended this Epiphan paint because they've got it on their boat and it looks nice on theirs. And I did come to order it, only to be told there was a 3 weeks waiting list, and I thought, well, that's really cocked up my plans. And I said to Callum, it's not going to happen for another 3 weeks. And he says, why? I said, I can't get the paint. And bless him, he's down the engine bay in his boat and he pops up with a 4 litre can. And I think it's about £80 for a 4 litre can, but by crikey, as with the symphony paint that I've used on the roof of Freedom, you get what you pays for. I applied it onto hot metal. It went on beautiful. There was no reaction, no adverse difference in the finish to mine than there was on Callum's. And I was able to get both coats on in one day. Worth every penny. I've got enough left to do the other side and have some spare. And the joy of it is, if I do get into a situation where I rub up against a bridge or a bridge wall or a lock, you can paint, rub back and paint another coat on, and it just blends in lovely. So thank you, the pair on you. Forever in your debt. You're great neighbours. And when you come back from your jollies, you're going to have some of this with me. You all take care. All that remains for me to say is cheers.